Hello, friends. I'm back. I know that a lot of you have been waiting a good while for this video, so we're just going to get right into it. Let's talk about cruises today. Let's talk about cruise offers, specifically casino offers. Now, I know that word might scare some of you, but bear with me, hear me out, just watch the video and maybe give it a try. Remember, everything I share on this page is things that I actually do, things that I've actually done, and know that they actually work. So hear me out on this. A cruise is actually the cheapest vacation you can take. Even if you're paying full price, it's still the cheapest vacation because everything is included once you get on that ship. Now, there are exceptions, and I'll talk about that in another video, not today. But you can go on a cruise and not spend anything once you get on board. I've done it. It can happen. You can do that. But you want to get a cruise as cheap as you possibly can. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Getting those cruises cheap, practically free, actually. So let's get right into that. For a long time, for several years, in fact, up until last year, I always booked our cruises with points. Every cruise we've ever taken, I paid for it with points. The credit card that I was using changed their point system, and now it just takes a ridiculous amount of points to book a cruise. So I no longer do that because it's not even worth it as long as you have to accumulate points in order to get a cruise. It's not worth it. So I'm not going to recommend that to you. Now, everything that I'm sharing with you today applies to Carnival Cruise Lines. That's the cruise line that we use the most. It's the one that we like. We have tried others, but we always go back to Carnival because we just like it. It's the fun ship and we like to have fun. So everything here applies to Carnival. Now, when you go on a cruise, that is the best place to meet amazing people. We seriously have made lifelong friends with people that we met on cruises. You just meet great people. So I'm going to back up a few years because I want you to know the whole story, because I know that you are as skeptical about this as I was. It took me many years to be convinced to try this whole casino thing. It started with friends that we met on a cruise. I had never even heard of this before. I didn't even know this thing existed. In 2017, we were on a cruise. We met some people, our dinner mates on that cruise, just the four of us at that table, and we really clicked with these people. We are still friends with them today. On that cruise, they were telling us that if you'll just play in the casino, you will get, gifts or, offers, or you get this or that. They just, were telling us all this stuff. Well, at that time, we were very closed-minded about this whole thing. We just pretty much blocked out everything they had to say because, our attitude at that time was, we're not those people. We don't go to the casino. We don't do that. That's just not us. We're never going to do that. So we just kind of blocked out everything that they said. Now on that cruise, we did go to the casino with them and watch them play as they're doing this whole thing. And, but we still didn't really think about what they were saying. So anyway, time goes on. A few years later, 4 or 5 years later, we actually met those same friends in Aruba and spent some time with them. And during that time, again, they are trying to tell us, if you will just play in the casino, you'll get free offers and all you have to pay is the taxes. And so, I'm kind of starting to pay attention now because I'm seeing how my points thing isn't going as well as it used to. And so, but I still wasn't convinced to try it yet. So, but I'm listening now. Well, then, 2023, we went on a cruise. We actually flew to Rome to get on a cruise that was coming back to the U.S. It was a 2-week cruise. While we were in Italy, we were on a tour in Florence, and we met this man on this tour, and he was going to be on the same cruise ship that we were going to be on. And we kind of clicked with this guy and hung out with him all day. And during the day, at some point, he had said something like, I'm only on this cruise because it was a free casino offer and all I paid was the taxes. So I said to him, I'm going to need to know more about this. I want you to explain this to me. I want to know how this works because, I don't get it. I'm not convinced. And so he was like, oh, sure. Yeah, we'll hook up on the ship. Yeah, I'll explain it to you. Not a problem. So, okay. First night of the cruise, very first night, we get on the ship. We go to dinner. We're at a big table with a lot of different couples. And one man at the table sitting next to me, he makes a comment like, I couldn't pass up this cruise. Because it was so cheap, I only had to pay the taxes. This is practically a free cruise. All we had to do was fly to Rome and we get this amazing cruise. And okay, so now I'm like, okay, there's 2 people. Well, when he said that, 2 more couples at the same table said, oh, us too. Yeah, same thing. So now my husband and I are looking at each other like, okay, now that's 4 people on this cruise that have said the same thing. So I want to know. I want to know how this works. You tell me. So I start quizzing the guy next to me and I'm asking him questions. And he says, this is actually the first time we've ever done this. It was a free cruise. All I had to pay was the taxes because I spent $300 in the casino on our last cruise. Okay, so now I'm like, okay, that's what I want to know, because up until now I've been thinking, yeah, you're getting these free cruises, but how much money are you losing in the casino before you're getting these offers? That's what I've been thinking this whole time. Well, so somebody threw a number out there. I spent $300. I got a free cruise offer. Okay, well, awesome. So my husband and I, we start talking about it. This is a 2-week cruise. On night 3 of this cruise, we decide, okay, let's go to the casino. Let's just play a slot machine and see what happens. We can do that. So we do. We go in. Now, you're going to think I'm crazy that I remember all these details, but this was our very first time to ever do this, and I was shocked at the results. That's why I remember every detail. And I tell people this now. This is how it happened. This is what you do. So this is what we did. We go to the casino. Now, when let me explain this for those of you that have never done this before, and maybe some of you that have never even cruised before. When you go on a cruise, you get a room key. It looks like this. This is your room key. And just like at a hotel, anytime that you purchase anything on the ship, you give them this key card and it's charged to your room. So same thing at the casino. When you go to the casino, you put this card in the slot machine and then whatever money you want to play on is charged to your room. So my husband puts his card in the machine. He charges $100 to our room. He spends one spin. Okay, let me tell you this. We're playing $1 slot machines. My husband does a $10 bet. Now, I know that may be a foreign language to some of you. It was to me. It took me a while to figure out these slot machines. I had no clue how they work. I've never been in a casino. So, but just know this, if you're doing a $10 bet, your chances of winning are better. than just a $1 bet. So he does $10 bets, okay? So he spends one time, that's $10. He wins $4. Well, okay, I mean, we're not totally losing yet. We didn't lose the whole $10. So then he spends again. He wins $20 that time. And we're like, well, okay, cool. Maybe this is a good machine. He spends the third time. He wins $1,350 on the third spin. Okay. Yeah, I have a picture of it. I was shocked. I took a picture of this slot machine. I'm like, oh my gosh, we've never done this before. We were beginners, so we got really excited. Anyway, well, $1,350 is enough to have to fill out the paperwork and report it on your tax return. Well, that's great. This is the first time we've ever done this, and we're already having to report it on our tax return. If that happens to you, let me know, and I'll tell you what to do, because I have learned since then. That has happened to us on 2 cruises now. Anyway, $1,350 he wins. So he cashes out. We're like, okay, we have won. We're doing great. We're out of here. So take the money and run. The next day, we run into our friend that we met in Florence, and, I'm excited, and I tell him, okay, we went to the casino, we played the slot machine, won $1,350, actually a little bit more than that, and so now what? What do we do? So this is what he said to me, and this is what I want you to hear. This is how he explained it. He said, okay, I know you're going to think this is crazy and it's going to go against everything that you want to do, but I want you to spend the whole rest of the cruise slowly. That's the key word. Slowly giving all that money back to the casino. Okay? So that's what we did. Every night, not every night, but just about every night, we would go to the casino, put in your card. So when you cash out, then it puts all that money like back on your card, but it's like a separate little bank account. It's actually your casino account. Like you can't win money in the casino and then go purchase something on the ship with that money just because it's on your card. It doesn't work that way. It's in a separate little account on your card that's called, your casino bank or whatever. So we would go to the casino, and my husband would just play, $100 or $200 a night. Now, some nights, he's winning. He keeps winning. Like I know on that cruise, there was another night he won $900 on one spin. And so, some nights the money goes up. Other nights it goes down, up, down, up, down. So we slowly, through the whole cruise, we slowly gave that money, that $1,350 back to the casino in the slot machines. Now, this is just my theory. I don't know for sure that this is how it works. This is just what I think. I think the more you put this card in and out of slot machines, the more it looks like you're playing at the casino. So, for instance, if a machine is, it has slowed down, it's not paying very good anymore, take the card out. Sit there for a few minutes. Put the card back in. If you're liking that machine, or you can move to another machine, whatever. Take the card out. We have our favorite machines. So we usually always play these same machines because they're just our favorite. But anyway, sit there for a few minutes, put the card back in. Most of the time, not always, but most of the time, the machine will start paying because it thinks it's somebody new at the machine. These machines, they're computerized, of course. Even we play the machines that actually spin. We don't like the fully computerized ones, but even those that actually spin, they're still run by a computer, of course. So anyway, put your card in and out of machines a lot, because that way it looks like you're in and out of the casino a lot. And it's just my theory. I think that's kind of what they go by to send you these offers, the different things that they give you. Now, we did that for the whole cruise. Slowly give the money back. on the last night of the cruise, my husband said, I'm not going home broke. So he actually cashed out at $200. So actually got the cash to bring $200 home. Okay. So he didn't lose any money. He got his original $100 back plus $100. Okay. So he actually won $100 on that cruise. Now, our friend told us, he said, we slowly give that money back to them. And I guarantee you, when you get home, you will start getting offers. So, well, that first time, it took about 1 month. And we did. Emails started coming in. Now, I thought at that time, oh my goodness, I'm only going to get this one offer, so I've got to book these cruises now. So when you get these email offers, it will tell you that you can book up to 3 cruises with this code. It gives you a code in the email. So you can book up to 3 cruises. So boy, I was on it. I booked 3 cruises. Now there's different offers. You will get, most people get offers for interior rooms, or an ocean view room, which is just like a window. Or there's balcony offers. Now, we love the balcony room, so I always go for the balcony, the free balcony room offers. That's what I cash in on every time. We're not going to go to any other room because we like balcony rooms. We're spoiled. So you will get different offers. Now, not all of the offers are free rooms. Some of them are just discounted cruises. It'll say $1,800 off plus drinks, like you'll get free drinks on that cruise. Now, we don't drink alcohol, so that doesn't mean a lot to us. So now I do drink soft drinks, and my soft drinks will be free if I cash in on one of those. But anyway, there's different offers. And so sometimes it'll be, $1,400 off this cruise or whatever. So anyway, so I booked the 3 cruises thinking, I got to hurry. I got to use these codes, because I got my offer. I didn't know that I would continue to get those offers. I mean, I'm not kidding you. I posted screenshots of the offers, excuse me, that I've gotten, and I literally get offers every single day. Every single day I'm getting emails of cruise offers, and some days they're for free rooms, other days they're just discounted cruises. Now there are just specific cruises that you have to choose from. It'll give you a list and you have to choose, but hey, a cruise is a cruise. Just pick somewhere you want to go and go. So now when you cash in those offers, all you pay is the taxes. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. And so on a 7-day cruise, the taxes, I believe, it's been a while since I've booked this, but I believe the taxes are like $120. On that cruise that we just went on in March, we flew to Spain and did a 2-week cruise coming back to the U.S. That was one of our free cruises. And the taxes on that cruise were like 300 and something. I don't remember, 360 maybe, I don't remember. But so that's all that cruise cost me, $360 for the 2 of us for a 2-week cruise from Spain back to the US. So this is how I look at it, okay? We honestly are not casino people. We never go to a casino unless we're on a cruise ship. And that's only been in the last, since August of last year, just not even a year yet. We have a casino in the town that we live in. We've never been there. We go to Las Vegas 2 or 3 times a year for concerts. We have never, ever gambled, not one dime in Las Vegas, because we just don't do that. We're just not casino people. But when we're on a cruise, we will play in the casino, because here's how I look at it. We love to cruise. We're going to cruise no matter what. That's just our favorite form of vacation. So I booked 3 free cruises, okay? 2 of them, the taxes were $120 a piece. And then that one cruise from Spain, the taxes were like $360 or whatever. So we played a couple $100. Well, no, not even in that cruise. Okay. The cruises that we have been on so far, were cruises that I booked from that very first time. Okay. Like the cruises that I've booked since then, we haven't even gone on yet. They're booked in the future. So, on that cruise, we didn't lose any of our own money because he cashed out at $200, and he does that every time. My husband does. Now, I haven't been that lucky. I actually have lost money, but I have never lost more than like $300 because we set a budget. We don't go over that. You know, if I get up to that amount, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to spend any more in the casino. So, you know, it varies. Sometimes I'll be the lucky one. Sometimes he's the lucky one, you know, but we set a budget, and I'll be transparent with you. Our budget is $500 each, because even if we both spent $500 in the casino, or you could say lost $500 in the casino, okay, that's $1,000. That's if we both lost, and that has never happened yet. That's only $1,000. And then we're going to get offers for cruises and with each offer, you can book 3 cruises for $120 if it's a 7-day cruise out of the US. So that's $1,000 plus $360 in taxes for 3 cruises. Okay. So you could say we've spent $1,300 on 3 cruises. That's if we lost that $1,000 in the casino. That has never happened with us. We have never lost more than our budget. We just haven't. So what I'm getting at is it's a no-brainer for us. We can spend less than $500 in the casino and then spend less than $500 in taxes on 3 different cruises, and we're cruising 3 cruises. That if I were to pay, even for a discounted cruise, if I were to pay that, I would spend more than that on these cruises. So for those, you know, when somebody had commented before and said, you know, I just can't wrap my head around this, how this works. And I was the same way. I just couldn't. But now it makes total sense. It just makes sense to spend a couple $100 in the casino, and then you're going to be getting offers, and then all you have to pay is the taxes, and you're spending much, much less than you would if you were paying full price for a cruise. So that's how this works. It's very simple, you know, don't overcomplicate it. It took me a long time, a lot of years to be convinced to try this. I hope that you will try it. Now, remember, it's what happened to me. This has worked for me. Now, that's not going to happen for everybody. I did have one lady on this last cruise from Spain, and she told me that she's never gotten an offer for a free room, that all of her offers are only discounted cruises. And so I kind of quizzed and kind of watched how she played in the casino, and I noticed that she only plays penny machines. Okay. Now, if I were a casino, I would think, okay, well, she comes on the cruise and she does spend some money in the casino, but she doesn't spend enough that we want to give her a free room. But we do want her to come back and spend whatever she's spending in the casino on the penny machines. So we'll give her this offer for discounted rooms. Okay. So, you know, my husband and I were spending, it looks like we're spending a lot because every dollar that we win, we give it back, give it back, give it back, give it back. So it looks like you're spending a lot in the casino, but you're not, because you're only spending your original budget, whatever you set for your budget, that's what you're spending. And so usually, it will get out for, $200 or $300. I mean, never have we gone over the 500. And like I said before, my husband always cashes out at $200. He's like, I'm not going home broke. He'll cash out at $200. So he's never gone above that. So anyway, give it a shot. Just try it. And if you don't want to, that's fine. The call is yours, but I just want to share with you what works. So if you have any questions, let me know. I hope that you have enjoyed this. I know it's a little lengthy, but there was like a lot. I wanted you to know the whole thing and how it all works. And so anyway, that's it. So once again, thank you for watching and safe travels.